All right, everybody, you know what it is. It's that night. It's ladies' night. We got a good show planned for you tonight. Gonna blow up some more Manosphere talking points. One of their favorites. Now, I started this on the podcast on gin culture. The ladies are gonna put the finishing touches on it tonight. We're gonna hear from a woman's perspective. They're going to answer the gin culture podcast of understanding the attitude of a black woman. Should be really good. I heard them practicing in the back chat. They're coming with some fire tonight. All right, everybody. The Thunder Princess is here with us all the way from Ghana, Africa. They will be riding shotgun tonight, front and center. Right now, the temporary new host of Ladies Nights, the Thunder Princess, will kick us off. All right, let's do it like this. Dame, drop that music, baby.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Ladies Night. Well, we're going to be taking an interesting take. We're going to hear the ladies' point of view on the gent culture of
All
why
right,
black
y'all.
added. Oh,
Sorry about that, y'all. Slipped out there for a second. All right, it's ladies' night. Interesting show tonight, ladies. Like I said, I began this podcast on Gen culture, and it was to shoot down the very famous talking point that black women have attitudes and are very angry women. So therefore, they're the least desired. And a lot of things happened since I did that podcast. I got some really cool responses from women, from black women, you know. And now the ladies of the E Nation are here to review that podcast and give you their take on what was said. Um, they were triggered by a lot of things in that, a lot of gems, a lot of jewels was dropped in that podcast. And one thing about me is I never claimed to be spit polished, okay? I'm a rough nigga. I'm from the streets too, I come off the streets, so that's the way I talk. I don't never really prepare for my shows. So if you're looking for some spit polished, articulated, overly educated, stuffed shirt, bloated, self-bloated, intellectual, that's not me. Although I'm a very smart man, a very experienced man, but I'm not too keen on being spit polished. I like to just go with the flow. So sometimes I may say things that don't make sense at a time, but when you listen to the podcast, they kind of fit. And sometimes I may mispronounce somewhere. I may put a word in the wrong place, but just bear with me, all right? I'm just coming straight from the heart because I believe that, when you love somebody like the way I love black women, it shouldn't be contrived. It should be raw and straight from the heart. And sometimes when it comes straight from the heart, you know, it's not always the most articulate, but it's the most real. And I think that in this case, when it's the love that you have for the black woman, to me, the real outweighs the articulation. All right? So continue to bear with me. I'm a bit of a roughneck. You understand? So, but my heart's in the right place. All right, ladies. So I got the E Nation with me, the ladies, and they're giving up behind the scenes. Let me give them a few more seconds here to get themselves set up. Let me give a few shout outs in the chat. Mika, what's going on? Yeah, I know. I'm almost to 1K. Yeah, I know. We getting there. You know, y'all stepping up, man. Keep sharing, keep liking, so we can get up there in that 1,000, so we can get our community page and really get this thing popping. You understand what I'm saying? What up, my man? Truth is done turned into somewhat of a black knight himself, protecting the women in the chat. I appreciate that, my young brother. Keep it up. And T, our number one mod, and T was like one of our first mods, if not the very first mod. She's been with Ebony Star Network since we rolled up on the scene, y'all. Hassan Bergen was right behind it. Those two right there, we call them our super mods. You know what I'm saying? They've been here since day one. They can probably tell you a lot, some wild ass stories about how shit used to be back in the day when we first started Heavy Star Network. How there was a rumble on the show every night. You know what I mean? So we came a long way. You know what I mean? So let me see how the ladies are doing. Ladies, you guys are ready yet? Y'all got it set up yet, Dame?
yeah, I got it set up.
All right, everybody. I'm gonna let the ladies handle their business tonight because they got something to get off their chest. Man, they was going in the back chat, yo. When they was reviewing this, they were going in. Y'all gonna hear some fire tonight. All right, so sit back and enjoy the show. Let's get ladies' night cracking. And without further ado, up front tonight as the host, hailing all the way from Ghana, Africa, it is the Thunder Princess, Abina Abeka. What's up, Abby?
What's up, Mas? What is going on?
Let's go. You ready to get it cracking?
Yes.
All right, it's all yours. Handle y'all business. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace, power, unity, y'all.
Okay.
Peace, power, and unity. Thank you,
Thank you.
Max. All right. So we're gonna get started. Break down our take. Those of y'all in the chat, participate. Say what you feel, what you think, with and everything else. I'm going to put the link one more time in the chat for those that rather just say it than write it. Okay. Yeah, welcome to come up, even if it's just to state your opinion at that moment and hop back off. We can hop up and down all night if necessary. All right, here we go.
All right, everybody. Today we're going to talk about an attitude of the so-called angry black woman. You've heard it like I've heard it. A lot of the manosphere guys, sissy bims, their go-to thing is to say that black women are angry and black women have attitudes. Well, here on Gen Culture, we're going to blow that talking point out of the water. We're going to teach the understanding of a woman with an attitude, especially a black woman. It's getting ready to happen right now here on Gen Culture. All right, let's do it.
Okay,
Right.
I stopped it here. I stopped it here because this is not no typical black women with attitude thing, or like we see on the manosphere. This is a blowing up of that talking point. This is, ladies, don't change yourself or make you feel bad or something is unusual or that you have to change because you're mad at the moment. You having a tude with your man, not like he don't deserve it. So hey, this was to explain to men why black women, especially when she's angry, has an attitude. And we blowing up that talking point out of the water.
Right. But you know something that I have to say that they say women being attitude. If you are a man and you believe and you doing what a man needs to do, the woman is not going to have any attitude on you. Assuming you marry a woman and you pray your roles as a man. You play your roles that a man needs to do. You do your job. You helping the women out, not just being married to the woman and leave everything on the woman to do because you are married to her or you playing your role. I tell you, the woman is not going to have any attitude on you. So they should stop playing because they have a weak mind. That's why they say women being having an attitude. The women have not having any attitude.
Bill, gentlemen of all people. We're going to talk about the famous talking point that is a go-to statement for a lot of manosphere guys, a lot of red pill guys, a lot of sissy bim guys. It's the black woman is angry and she has an attitude. Okay, everybody on mute, please. I'm hearing background noise. There should be no background noise. Everybody should be on mute but me. Now, the so-called angry black woman, the so-called black woman with an attitude. Well, first you have to understand the type of men who are saying these things. These men are very weak. They're not interested in displaying any kind of manhood. So that's one. Let's delve into it though. Let's humor them for a second. Let's get down to the black woman that's angry. Well, let's start like this here. Most women, especially black women, are very sweethearted, very kind, and don't like unnecessary trouble. They don't like unnecessary drama. They don't like people being mean, especially people who are mean for no reason. And they don't like people upsetting the apple cart. If they got their little quiet world going on, they don't want you coming in there causing tornadoes and ripples in the water and stuff like that. They like their environment very serene. They love beautiful things. Many of them love beautiful scenery, right? So when you come in and you start murkying up the waters and tearing up stuff, and you don't seem to have any remorse about what you're doing, it makes them angry. And rightfully so, especially when you are careless, you are reckless, and you don't seem to care about what you've done. You don't seem to care about the destruction that you left behind. So it doesn't set well with them. And again, we're talking about the difference between men and women. Women internalize things much different than men do. They feel a lot more than we do. So when you do things to them, it lingers a little bit more than it does with us. You have to keep that in mind. This is why I say men who treat women the same as men are foolish men and are abusive men. You should never treat a woman the same way you treat a man.
Them stop over there. You see something over here. A man treating women as the same way they treat men. You see, how can you treat a woman as the way you treat your men? Men are different from women. Women are here to protect you, to guide you, to teach you the right way or the right path you have to be on. Not just you being treating her like a man in your house. You use her because you've been married to her. You want her to do everything as she's supposed, the man is supposed to do what a man needs to do. Look at something. You marry this woman, you leave the woman to clean the house, to cook for you, wash your clothes. At the same time, you will not do nothing, sleeping, just watching video games. You will not even find a work to do to bring money home. That you depend on the lady's money that he been bringing it home, and you still said, my woman have attitude because he's not giving you the money to spend. How will you say such a word to that innocent woman who is trying to protect you, who is trying to save his children? Because you are rather there not teaching the boys anything to do, not teaching the girls anything to do. You are just there to take the money from your wife to spend it, and you are not getting it.
Yeah, and
Because,
if he, oh, sorry. Okay, well, if
because you've
he,
been weak.
go ahead.
Because you've been weak mind, and you want to be you are the minus here, you are the citizen, so you are trying to turn your wife to be a slave to you. And women, we are not a slave to the man. Never. We are not a slave to the man as well.
Yeah, yeah, and the worst thing to me is, okay, if he sees a woman the same as a man, which is bad because that means he'll hit you just as quick as a man. Does that mean he sees the man the same as a woman? Is he trying to secretly say he's down low? You know, because the things you can do with your wife, your woman, and stuff like that, you're not supposed to be doing it with a man. And if you see men and women the same, what's to say you're not going to sleep with no man and stuff like that? So to me, you just signaling, oh, I could just as easily sleep with a man.
Right, because he right, because they've been sleeping with a man, and they know they have these gay people, so they don't care about women. And then the reason why they've been sleeping with a man, because they cannot afford for their women to be okay. They cannot afford to their women and their children. They want the women to go and suffer to bring it to them. And then later they will say, my wife is having an attitude on me. Why don't she have an attitude on you? Why she are not doing what she's supposed to do?
Yeah. and they want, and of course they're gonna know the fact. What did you do to make your wife have an attitude with you? You know, that's
Right.
something and never question. Nobody ever question. They concentrate on the so-called woman's attitude, but what did you do?
Exactly. Do you think do you think you can just be there and the woman will be having an attitude on you without you doing anything, without you doing what you're supposed to do? I wonder why they say that. I wonder it's only weak men who have been saying a woman is having an attitude on me. Because any irresponsible man never reports that my wife is having an attitude on me or my woman is having an attitude on me. Because the responsible man is doing his right thing that he's supposed to do. He's taking care of his family, he's taking care of his wife, he's taking care of the children, he's protecting his wife from any harm.
Yeah, and most men are either not bothered by the attitude, they figuring out, or they the smart ones know. Oh, what did I do wrong? What did I not do? Did I miss something? Does it have anything to do with me? Let me go talk to her and see what's going on. Cause she gonna tell it. You approach her, she's gonna tell it. It could, but the weak ones is she's getting attitude. Shouldn't be like that. You know, she ain't is another way to discount the things she do all day. She don't have no reason to be getting no attitude. Do you even know?
Right, right, right. We don't even know the reason why they've been saying a woman have an attitude. I want some man to come here and tell me the reason why they be saying we women we have an attitude. I wanted to know.
Uh-huh. All right, that's all I got to say so far for now. Okay, let's see what the chat is talking about. I've been putting some of what Truth says is he's a young fella. He knows, and what he don't know, he's learning up in here. Okay, it's mostly the guys mentioning, yeah, like what Truth saying. They thought I had a good question about the are they secretly is a code that they download? But yeah. All right, let's get further. Let's go further. And I'm gonna start the continue on, resume with the video.
Now, let me tell you where the angry part comes from, especially in a relationship, right? When you don't recognize the sacrifices that your woman makes for you. She cooks for you, she cleans up after you, she slaves over a hot stove, she watches the kids, she takes care of you, tender love and care. You come home barking and complaining. She's at your beck and call, doing all these things that you need her to do. But what you don't pay attention to is what she's going through, what she's going through with the kids, what she had to do that day, the people that she had to deal with, what may have come down that day that may have set her off or may have her worried about something that maybe you're getting close to getting evicted and you don't seem to be concerned about that at all. She's very concerned. She don't want to get thrown out on the street with all her kids. So all these things are going through her mind and you don't seem to care. This is one thing that starts to set them off down that road of being angry. You see, a lot of times, mostly all of the time, their anger is reactionary, right? It's not just anger that appears out of nowhere. They're not rotten people. They're not rotten to the core. They're not evil people like you've been told. You know, you weak dudes with this fairy tale nonsense, thinking that they're evil witches of the West. They're not. Most of the time, their anger is purely reactionary, and it's usually a buildup because a lot of them have patience. So when you run into a woman like this, or this happens to be, first of all, if this is your woman, you're not doing a good job as a man. You're not being a very good man. If your woman is walking around angry, you're not being a good job as a man to her. As a matter of fact, you're actually working against her. Your woman shouldn't be walking around
Then
angry
stop
and
over
fed
here.
up.
Right. See, I agree with what Black Knight is saying now. Because, see, when a woman is very angry, that means you are not doing what you're supposed to do as a man. Because you, a man, you are the one who needs to put a smile in your wife's face. You need to put a smile in the family's face. Because when your wife is always angry, the children is going to be the same thing. Because the children are learning everything your wife is doing and whatever you two, the man, is doing. So when we have the children in the house and the wife is always squeezing their face, the children is going to ask her, Mama, what is wrong with you? Are you okay? She's going to tell you, oh no, I'm not okay. But definitely she's not going to explain the reasons why, what that means she's not okay. But as a good man who is a responsible father, a responsible husband, he will definitely ask, oh my honey, what is going on? Are you sure you okay? Do you need some help? Are you sure I'm treating you well? That is a responsible man. But the one that they are not responsible and they are weak, they will not even care. They will not even mind to ask any question from the woman. They will not even mind whether you've been squeezing your face all the day or the night. Because they don't care about what you're doing. All they know is that they are with you, but they are not care. You see, caring is better. You can be with your wife when you care. You are not going to have any problem with it. And your family is going to be a successful family when you care and when you think about your wife and your children. Not just being playing games because you know my wife is so and so and my wife always squeezes face. But what is causing that squeezing her face? Is you the problem? You are the problem. And you are not fixing the problem as well.
Yeah, yeah. If your woman is showing, um, having an attitude every day, all the time, okay, she might catch an attitude one time real quick and stuff like that, but it's usually confined to y'all, and it's kind of a hint for you and stuff like that that something ain't right, and she might not be even aware she's doing it. But if she has it all the time, every day, all day, oh yes, you are definitely not being a good husband, a good boyfriend, her man. You're not being good. There is something wrong, and you're just adding on. It's a ticking time bomb. She's a volcano about to erupt.
Right, right. See, we need to understand something over here. See, women are just simple and obey. Women are simple. Women are easy to handle. When you understand women, you can very handle them quickly. You see, responsible men always handle their women very quickly because women are easy. You can talk to a woman and she can be humble because of how you sound, how you talk to her. She's going to be humble with you. But when you don't sound well, you sound female, you sound like a woman to her, she might think, okay, that means I'm living with a woman over here. She's not going to humble yourself to you because she don't do what she wants you to do. You're doing what she's supposed to do. You see, you are not giving any children knowledge that they can use it. You have nothing for the family. It seems like you are the problem for the family. You are the problem for the family. Shout out to the chat. Them, I don't know if you can put the link in the chat. If somebody can come to the panel so that we can discuss about this thing. The men have been saying women being
Okay.
attitude.
Okay. While we're waiting to see if anybody come up, and before I start the video again, okay, this is what Auntie said. I hear another Hebrew. Okay, this is her words. Nigger like today say that women and children are the problem, and and that we're oppressing men. This man left his family and moved to the desert in Nevada. By the way, okay, so he's being if he was really being oppressed, there is no way he could have been able to get away. It shows how unoppressed you are.
I'm sorry, Dan. Hold on one second. Let me interrupt real quick.
Mm-hmm.
For the person who came in to troll, say it again or whatever your name is. Hopefully nobody blocked him yet. Let me tell you something. If a man is married to a woman and have children, or if you don't have children, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do as a man to make that environment salubrious for her so that she can thrive, her and the children can thrive in, and you're doing nothing but making that environment hostile towards her, then she has every right to bear an attitude towards you. And you deserve every bit of that attitude, bro. You deserve every bit of it because you're a weak dude. You are not doing what you're supposed to do as a husband. You're not doing what you're supposed to do as a father. And you've allowed the environment that your woman is nesting in to become corrupt with hostility. It's supposed to be a serene environment, a salubrious environment that you're supposed to make for your women and children. That is how they thrive. That is how they flourish. That is up to you. And if you are not doing that, then you deserve every bit of every attitude that she can throw your way. Now, anytime you want to come up here and challenge me on that, the link's in the chat. We can get this cracking right now. I'm going to stay up here for a little bit, ladies, and go on mute in case you want to come up here and get it cracking. Continue with the show.
All right. Now, truth is saying if your woman is having an attitude throughout the day, then that must mean the environment she is in is equally hostile. As a man, you should do your part in helping to make the environment better. That's what he was responding to. Truth threw a rock at him. Okay, since
Right.
he got
it. Right,
yeah.
Because if you fix your environment, that means you're going to fix your wife. But if you cannot fix your environment, you can't fix your wife. And when you marry to your wife is going to be on the street and he always have an attitude on you because you cannot fix it.
So
and one more thing, whatever your name is, say it loud, whatever. If that's the way you think, then you've exposed yourself. You are unfit to be in the marriage. You're too weak to be in the marriage. I've said it before, and everybody knows how I feel about marriage. Marriage is a big business. It's a very, very serious thing because you're asking a person to leave their former life and start a life with you and where you are the sole provider and you take care of her. That is a big commitment. So therefore, it is on you to make the environment for her a salubrious one that she can flourish in and nest in with her children. Right? You just exposed yourself for being weak. You have no business being married in the first place. Weak men need not get married because all you're going to do is ruin the woman's life and ruin the life of those children. You're not strong enough. Marriage is for strong men. I'm going back on mute.
Okay.
Right. Marriage is for strong men. It's not for only weak men that they can even take. That's why I always said, if you are weak and your mind is weak, you can be married to any woman because the women, we like the men who are intelligent, who are very smart, who are willing to obey and respect us. That's what we are looking for. We are not looking for any weak man who cannot be with us, who will just destroy our lives. We are not ready for any man like that.
Yeah. But and I say truth is can swat them more
All right, let's
effectively.
not linger too much into the chat. Let's get back to the
All right.
podcast.
Yes, let's continue on. Don't let that distract you. It takes strong men to be with strong women. And black women, hey. All right, here we go.
Cussing at you and wanting to take swipes
Put it on
at
pause.
you.
Put it on pause. Put it on pause.
Nah, true. Let him live. Let him stay. I want him to come up here and face me with that nonsense. I love ripping the heads off of niggas like you. Okay? Anytime you want to come up here and face me with that dumbass logic, be my guest. I'm right here. Nobody's running. Don't come up here like no little punk. Come up here like a man and be bold enough to stand by what you said. Now, I'm going to knock your head off. At least I have a little bit of respect that you came up here like a man. Go ahead, ladies.
Right.
Thinking about killing you, thinking about putting shit in your soup. You shouldn't have a woman in your house feeling that way. If she's feeling that way, then you are either a bad husband, you are a bad boyfriend, you are a bad influence on her, period. Because you don't even realize you're causing all of that. And you may not even be directly causing, you may be indirectly causing, especially for one thing, if you got kids, right? And the kids are running her crazy. She say, okay, say your name is Alvin. She's saying, Alvin, listen, the kids need to be picked up. I got to go and do this. I got to go do that. You be like, sure, baby. You don't pick the kids up. Now she got to go pick the kids up and she missed her appointment. Maybe she has a doctor's appointment. She done missed her doctor's appointment. You didn't pick up the kids.
James, stop over
She's
there.
pissed off.
James, stop over there. Look at all this. See what we are talking about as a good husband or a responsible husband. Your wife called you. He said, baby, please, if you can go and pick the children from school. I have a doctor appointment to go. Look at what she said to you. And you disagree. You did not go to pick the children. So your wife have to lose his doctor appointment, all because you are not responsible for her. And you cannot take care of your own children. You cannot even support her in that moment. So your wife have to leave the doctor appointment to go and pick the children while she lying down in the chair playing video game. Are you a responsible man for being married? You see, your wife is going to lose that doctor appointment, and his life is very important to her. If you really love her, the life that moment have to be important for you, because her life is very important, and your children's life also is very important for you, if you believe and you love your children. But because you don't believe and you don't love them, that's why you leave the two of them in the middle and you choose to play video games. How can you do that, such a responsible man? You see, this is what we are talking about. So when the women being attitude on you, you said my wife is having an attitude. How can the woman will not be attitude on you? Because you are not responsible for her.
Yeah. And the carelessness. Okay. If if once you give your word that, oh, I got it. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up the kids and things. She's trusting you to do this thing so she can relax, do her doctor's appointment. But instead of telling her no, you couldn't do it, you could have told at that moment. She could have moved things around arrange things or postpone. But not only did you not think about her or care, whatever thing that you did that did not have you pick up the kids was more important. You did not. You didn't call and tell there's a change of plan. I got called in work. Nothing. You just did not pick up the kids. So she gets a call. Do you know? They tough on our black kids. Child Protective Service could have been called that y'all neglected the kids. Nobody was there to pick them up, and or anything. And if it happens often enough, it's most definite. And so she got to
Right.
scramble to go rush to go and pick up the kids and protect the kids. Or some stranger could have took that opportunity because the later it gets, the more desperate teachers get. And if they slightly familiar and the kids seem slightly familiar with them, they might, in a weak moment, let them kids go with somebody that they shouldn't have. Uh-huh.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot allow your children to go away without you saving them. So you see, your wife saved the children's life because the children's life is very important for her. Even though he have the doctor appointment, he does not care. He cares about his children's life. What about you, the man? Did you care of your children? Did you care about your wife? That you tell yourself, that is the woman I married to? It's not only you being married to her, but you have to do some choices at home. It's not by choices that she is putting on you all the time, but sometimes when she needs help, you have to stand there and help her. When she needs your support, you have to go ahead and support her. That's what we call a relationship. We don't call a relationship by you being in the house playing video games while your wife has to handle everything on top of her. It cannot be possible because you have a weak and you're behaving like someone who's not a real man, like you are a female. I would say it's like you are a female because female will not do it that way because you want to go and marry a man. You don't want to be with a real woman. These black women will love black men. And we're doing that because you don't love us. That's why you said all the time, you said we have an attitude on you. We never have any attitude. It's you have been making us being attitude, but we are not. Because what we want from you, you are not doing it.
Yeah.
You are not doing it as a black man. You leave everything for the movement to hand it over. It cannot be possible. Look at something over here. Women been going to the hospital and then they have to pay because your wife have to leave the hospital appointment. That money is over. He have spent that money without going to check on the doctor. He have lose it all because you did not support her. You leave her. You leave the children in a school because the children's life is not important for you.
Mm-hmm.
How will you do such a thing?
Yeah. And even okay, the children's life is very important, but even take this in consideration. When you cancel a doctor's appointment in less than 24 hours, you got to pay, depending on the doctor and the service or the specialist, anywhere from $50 to $100. And I know I'm going by my state. You know, there's some states it's even more for a cancel appointment, even if you reschedule. You should at least thought about that's money going out of the house for nothing. She didn't get a chance to see no doctor. She didn't get a chance to get no exam or any testing that may needed to be done. So it was wasted money. And then she got to come again. And
Right.
if she has to cancel too many times, the doctors will drop you. They don't. Yeah, you cancel too many times, paying the late cancellation fee or not. Too many times they will drop you.
Right. Right. So what you do in the house? What you are doing? You doing nothing. It's not that you going to work and you finding money, but you just be in the house playing video games. That's what pains me a lot. You've been playing video games just in the house, not doing nothing. You have no clean. You are not even cleaning the house. When your wife comes, you will see that, oh, maybe because she did not pick the children, you were doing house choices. You're doing nothing. You're waiting for your
Mhm.
wife to come home and prepare you dinner for you to eat. Oh man.
All right. Okay. This is a heated subject. I know some women have been through this. Let's continue on. Anybody in the chat? Okay. Mika must have seen something similar because she said he sure did. She's shaking her head. All right. Let's go on with with the gent culture. Here we
Because she had a very important doctor's appointment. You're talking about her health here. So not only have you shown her that you are irresponsible, you've also shown her that you don't really give a damn about her health either. Because you killed two birds with one stone. You didn't pick up the kids, and she didn't get a chance to go to her doctor's appointment because she had to go and get and pick up the kids. So that's one strike. She's in the house, taking care of the house. The kids are running rampant. She's trying to clean up. You come in hollering and screaming about some shit, right? She's telling you that the kids did this, that, and the third. You don't want to hear it. You want to hear where's your food, run my bath water. She done cleaned up the house. You come in throwing shit everywhere, opening up boxes, opening up doors, dragging shit out, looking for something, not putting anything back. You're pissing her off. You're making things hard for her. This is what starts the anger. These kinds of things right here, these kinds of small things. I said to you before, stop thinking that you can't find big things in small places. It's these little small things right here that turn into devastating things with your woman. It can cause devastating anger because they don't just happen one time. It's an accumulation. Because if you're doing it on Monday, you're doing it on Tuesday, you're doing it on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You're doing it 7 days a week. How long do you think she can take? 7 days a week, she's trying to talk to you about these things. You don't give a damn. You don't even want to hear it. You got things to do. Everything you do is important. Nothing she does is important. You can give a rat's ass about what she's doing.
Yeah.
Yes, right. It's true that Max was saying what she's doing is not important to you, but what you're doing is important to you because you are the man. And you've been complaining, I want to be the man for the house. You have to give me the enough respect. Yes, it's true, you are the man for the house, but have you asked yourself that whatever the woman is doing, does it be important to you? Does it hurt you? Does it touches you? And you feel your own is important to you, then that means your woman's own also have to be important to you because that is your wife, that is your girlfriend. But if you can't do that, then that means, for me, I would say you are irresponsible man. You are not responsible, you are irresponsible. You cannot do what a man needs to do. You can provide, you can support, you can protect. So what else can you do as a man? If you've been blaming, if you've been putting a problem on your wife, if you've been calling your wife, hey, this is your fault, I knew nothing about it. That's what Black Knight is trying to tell us. You, the man, your own that you're doing when it is important to you, let your women also own be important to you. Because that's your wife. Believe your woman. When your woman says something, believe it. Hold your woman like your heart. Like the way you believe your mom, like the way you hold your mama, is the same way you have to hold your woman, like the way you hold your mama. If you have a kind of respect for your mama, that respect have to show on your woman. Because when you love your mama, you have to love your woman as well. Is it because you don't love your woman? You don't love your mama? Is it because you don't have respect for your mama? That's why you don't care for any woman? No.
Yeah, because just like you were taught to respect your mother, your kids need to be taught to respect their mother. And just like your father, make sure you learn and listen and respect your mother. You got to make sure you do the same thing with your kids. So when she tells you there's something going on with the kids, or the kids misbehaving, or the son is bucking up to her because they get to an age where they bucking. That's when you really take over. When they start bucking, they're not supposed to ever buck to their mother. But the fact that they thought they did, something went wrong. You got to correct it immediately. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And
education starts at home. You see, when we talk about education, home education is about you giving your children or you feeding them the knowledge. And that knowledge is come to from the father and the mother. So if you the father, you are not doing your work as a father to feed your children what they need to know, what they need to learn, your children will grow up and they will turn like you. They will become the same way like you. They are going to have a weak mentality as the same way you being a father, you treat their mother. And they are not going to have any respect for their mother because they did not see their father showing respect for their mother, neither they respect their grandmother because of what you showing them. Because these children, they don't know anything and they're learning from you, the father.
mhm,
That's
yeah,
why we're talking about the men. You have to do something good that your children can learn it from you.
mhm,
Both boys and girls are learning from their father and their mother.
yeah. And the wife understands that if you work and you don't know what was going on. That's why when she comes to you and tell you the kids are behaving badly, they're not listening, they're not doing what they told, they bucking. Yeah, the daughters could buck too. You are supposed to back her up. You're our partners, and
Right,
and you're supposed to enforce the discipline. Whether it's you spank them or you tell them. What did your mother say is a tone. What did your mother say? Go do what your mother's told you to do. And I don't want to hear no back talk. Or it's gonna be you and me. Stuff as simple as
right,
that. Sometimes you don't even actually have to touch them. When a man comes with authority, they will do. And if they don't, hey, then you do the smackdown. But the thing is, you're a partnership. She understands you weren't there because you were working. But once you get there, and once she tells you what happened, you're supposed to step up. You're a partner. When you don't do that, you undermine what she's teaching them, and you teaching the kids that they don't have to respect their mother. They don't have to do what she says. And when you get old enough and you're not as strong as you used to be, they don't have to do what you said. Hmm. Yeah, and you teach
right,
them how to be bad fathers, bad husbands. You teaching the girls that either to accept bad fathers and bad husbands, or to not want to get married at all, or have a man at all, because she thinks that's what is like to have a husband or to have a man. She
But what I
thinks
think is
you
that
are every man in the world.
what I was thinking is that these men being weak men, and then their mind is very weak. Their mind is very weak. So if you cannot teach your daughter or your son how to behave, how to be a good man or a good father in future, what are you going to? What, you have nothing, because that means your home is going to be an irrespectful home, because you are not going to have any person who will be respecting or respect each other in the house, because you the father, you don't even respect your woman that you live with. You don't respect her. You don't care. All you do is looking for your food. Your food is ready on the table. You eat. You're looking for your water. You're going to take your bath and go and lie down and sleep. All you know is that, but you don't care about the children's that is going to be despoiled, or about the children who are going to learn something that is going to help, is not going to help them in their future. That's what we have to think as a black man, because these children are here for us to be learning from us, to be teaching them. But when we are not doing that, what do we think the children are doing? They are going in astray. They are going away from us, and we will be losing them. That's what's happening now. When you go to the olden days, the way they treat their children, even you a child, you are afraid to talk to your mother anyhow. You be afraid to talk to your father anyhow, because your father being responsible for you in need. When you need your father, he's right there for you. When you need your mama, he's right there for you. But now, when you need your father, you rather find your mother right there. Where is the fathers? You've been running and leaving everything for the women to take over. Women, they are doing their part. Why don't you, the father, also do your part? Because I know we have, let me say, 3 parts of or 4 parts. You, the father, take two. Mother, take two. But don't leave all the four for the mothers to take over. They cannot handle it if they are having more than 5 children.
Yeah, 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 exactly. So let's go on to the next part to see what other jewels Max has dropped. Black Knight, as the rest of y'all know him.
It's all about you. Now imagine dealing with that 7 days a week. So after 7 days, going on 8 days, you still doing it. She starts to feel some kind of way. She starts to feel like she has a man that has no regard for her or no regard for the children, nor do he gives a damn about the house he lives in. Because she's trying her best to maintain the house, maintain the children, maintain her health, and you've shown that you don't give a good goddamn about none of that. This causes anger, and anger continues to build. Now she's got an attitude because after 8, 9 days, you done ran her ragged, you done ignored her, you done slapped her upside the head with your consistent irresponsibility. Now you got the nerve to ask her for something. Hey, babe, go in and make me a sandwich. What? Nigga, I've been trying to get you to pay me attention for 8 days. I've been telling you about these kids for 8 days. I done missed three doctor's appointments. You done fucked the house up, and you got the nerve 8 days later to ask me to make you a sandwich? Like it's cool like that? Now she got an attitude. And you want some, why, I don't even understand why you have an attitude, baby. What's wrong? What do you mean, what's wrong? So this is the type of stuff that drive women crazy about us. We don't even understand the things that we do. We don't pay attention. They get kind of lost in the shit that goes on in our mind. We got so much selfish shit going on in our mind, we tend to lose track of them. Some of us even throw our women
Right,
out of our mind altogether.
right. You see, we've been having, as Black Knight is explaining this thing to us. Look at what, even in the beginning, just a man will come to the house, or he'll just tell you, fix my breakfast for me. Go and put water there for me to take my bath. All they need is that. But you never care and wake your wife up or say, baby, how are you? Are you okay? Do you feel good? Before you tell your wife to fix you a breakfast, to put water there for you to bath. Did you ask her? You'd never, because you don't think about her. Only some only oh, I don't understand something over here. The men been doing that way, and they said a woman have an attitude. What do you think the woman should do? If you don't care about me, you care about you alone, because you are important to yourself. I am not important to you. Women not being important to you, but you see yourself. You the man see yourself. You being important to yourself.
Exactly. So, okay, yeah. So, yeah, women do not immediately blow up or catch an attitude. She might, give him the benefit of doubt, or she trusts that when she told him these things, that he was listening and he's gonna handle it. Because sometimes they'll say, whatever, I got it, just to blow you off. And as time builds up and she's seeing he don't seem to care about the kids, he don't seem to care about her health or anything. Don't care about money going out of the house because of these misappointments. Um, he don't care. All he care about, and when he comes in, she clean up the house, fought with the kids, and then he comes in and he undoes everything. He pulls stuff out, don't put back, dirty up stuff, don't clean it, and and do all kind of other little things, that annoys the crap out of her and dirty up what she cleaned up, organized, and riled up the kids. Okay, so yeah, she's gonna get an attitude, and then and then she's gonna blow up with attitude when he's gonna say the final thing. That's the final straw, and booyah, she gonna blow up after him, and she's gonna have to. She's is finally sinking into her mind. He don't care about anything but himself. I'm married to a selfish man. I don't have a partner. I'm a single.
Right.
I'm a single mother with a husband.
Right. That's what always the man needs to hear. They always said we be saying we don't have a man in the house. We don't have a man that we have married to. Yes, it's true. That we don't have it because whatever you're doing, you are not showing yourself as a man that you have married. We have married to. You don't show yourself as a father. So how can we say we have a man? We don't have. So we're gonna get an attitude towards that. If you change yourself, if you change your doing, if you change your footsteps, if you change how you talk to us and how you do your things to black women, I tell you, you are not going to have any attitude for any black women, because black women, we are just simple how to handle us, pamper us. I always compare this season into the olden season, like 60s, the way they grab their wives, the way they grab their children. Why is it that the youth that we are coming now, we cannot do that? Our generation, we cannot pamper, we cannot grab the women in our chest, neither our children. We cannot do none of them. I wonder why we can do that. Is it because we've been feminine, we've been sissy, we've been gay? That's why we can grab the women, because all our mind is weak. I knew if you go, I'll go for a man. That is what all the men are doing. Some of them are doing, so they don't care. They don't show love for their women. I wonder why.
Mhm.
Because when you are a
Well,
man
I think,
and you are a responsible man,
yeah, I think some of them got the attitude that the woman is supposed to be a regular sex partner who cooks and cleans. She's the head housekeeper, and that's all he interested. He ain't interested in a partnership. He ain't interested in a loving relationship. He's not interested in raising a family together. All he's interested in is sex, food, and somebody to clean his dirty drawers for him. That's
but your
it.
wife is not your maid. Your wife is not a maid to you. Your wife is not a slave. How do you treat your wife that way? Did your wife being married? You married your wife to treat her like a slave? You marry her to treat her like a maid or a housekeeper? Your wife is your lover. Treat her like a queen. You don't supposed to treat her like a housekeeper. Never. How will you do such a thing? If you really love her, you're going to pamper her. You're going to carry her like a queen, like an egg in your hand. Because you know when you leave this egg, when you fall, it's going to break into two parts. The same way when you carry a woman and you don't take very good care of the woman is going to have an attitude on you.
Yeah, yeah. But in the chat, Truth is says, well, no wonder she has an attitude. She's in an environment where the leader is allowing the home she's in to fall apart and isn't showing any care for her. So why should she be happy? And the next thing he says is, some men need to understand that there's more to do in this role as the man of the house than just keeping a stable job. Sometimes you got to go the extra mile to make sure the home is also stable. Okay, Truth is just dropping some jewels here, picking up some of the slack where your
Right.
woman may be lacking, and to show that you care or are attentive to her well-being. All right, let's see. Hi, Charlene. I'm gonna put the link in the chat if you want to come up and talk about it. And Hassan goes, "Do not treat your like Alice kiss. Do not." Okay, I guess he's saying, "Do not treat her badly or like Alice. She gonna tell you to kiss my grits." All right. Okay. So we're gonna continue on to hear more of the Black Knight jewels. Oh, okay. Treat your wife. Do not treat your wife like Alice, or she gonna tell you to kiss her grits.
Right.
Okay, let's carry on.
She ain't even in our mind. We thinking about some other shit. We thinking about the shit that we want to think about. We don't give a damn about what's going on with her. We put the ring on the finger, so all that is what it is. All that's automatic. It isn't automatic. Just because you put the ring on the finger doesn't mean that you have nothing else to do. Now, some of you actually believe once you put that ring on the finger, your duties as a husband stops. Now you can drink beer, you can fart, you can throw funky socks around the house, dirty drawers because she's going to throw them in the wash machine. You can mess up in the house. You can get a beer gut because you got your woman now. You can be a derelict. You can do all these kinds of things, and she's going to handle it. That's what some of you think. and that's why some of you end up divorced and still don't know why you got divorced. Still don't understand why she's pissed off. Still don't understand why she's mean mugging. Still don't understand why you can't say a damn thing to her without her snapping at you. Still don't get like, damn, baby, I don't even know why you mad. I paid the bills. Yeah, you paid the
Dim, stop
bills,
over there.
but you didn't do anything else.
Dim, stop over there. Look at all this. You think when you put the ring on his finger, that is all? Never. When you put the ring on his finger, that tells you you have a lot to do. You're gonna have a many things now you're gonna carry on your hand because it's going to start from there. When you put the ring, you know you're gonna have children in the house, so you have to take care of the children as well. You know some of the house choices have to be on you. You know when you put a ring on her, now his burdens have to be your burdens. So don't think when you put a ring on her, you can go and mess up the house. You can go and take your beer or your club, wherever you think. That is not how a regular man or a responsible man do. But a responsible man always being there to gather things together as his wife. Because when you know, whenever you put a ring on a woman's hand, that change your attitude totally. Because now you being like a man, you behave like a man. Because when you never marry, you behave like a boy. But when you get married, your attitude, your lifestyle change, and you behave like a grown-up person because you're being with a family now. You know how to gather a family, to talk to a family. Because when you get married, now you start from there. If you wear your dress and you pull it down, you're going to stop it because you are a responsible man now. You have get married and you have been into relationship now. So when the moment you wear the ring, it tells you what to do. It tells you how you behave, how you talk to people.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of men that seem to got the mistaken impression that all he got to do is marry the woman, and have a job or pay the bills, and that's all he needs to do. You know, I've seen houses where men are like that. I've heard men and women talk about a father who did nothing with them, didn't do show them anything. All he did was pay the bills, eat his food, and watch the game, or watch the news until he go to sleep. You know, they saw their mother scrambling to keep the houses clean and all that other stuff, and I think that's why some of these guys keep referring
Right.
to in their grandfather time and stuff like that, where there were men that thought there was a lot of men like that back then who thought, hey, I pay the bills, and and that's why they want a stay at home wife, so she can be the housekeeper, she be the housekeeper, the cook, and a sex partner, and that's it.
Right. Hey, hi, Charlene.
So
Yeah.
I was gonna, can you hear me?
Uh huh.
All right.
Yeah, we can hear
All
you.
right. So I was gonna say, yes, you're right. They don't want to do anything. They think just their money is a substitute for everything. They don't want to engage and be part of the family. They just think their money is there and you gotta stay there as their like trophy. Like you gotta do everything. And all they gotta do is just, just give you money. And I was gonna say
But
this new
that's not
generation is new generation of women. We're not taking that. We're saying no to that. Like we're requiring more, and a lot of men are crying now. I wouldn't say they're crying, but they're complaining that we not putting up with bullshit.
Right, exactly. But
mhm.
that is not the reason why they should do that, because women are not there because of your money. Women are there to help you. When we say help, they don't understand the help. See, your life might be, when you don't have a woman, your life is different. When you marry to a woman too, your life changes. Ask me why your life is going to change. How you talk, how you dress, it is going to change it when you have a woman beside you. Because the woman is going to control you now. It's going to teach you what you will, what you know well. He's going to make sure your things being clean. He's going to make sure you eat every day. You see, there's kind of respect when you get married, you have it. Even your friends have been saluting you because you have a woman or you have a family now. So they don't, shouldn't think that when women are there, we are there because of their money. So when they pay the bills alone, they leave everything for the women to carry on. Okay, if you're going to leave everything for me, then I need to live alone without not living with a man, because I don't need any man beside me. For me, I can work and pay my bills as well. You understand? So men have to understand that the complaining is not solving the problem. What is going to solve the problem is that when they change their attitude, when they change how they talk to women, when they change how they treat women, when they change how they behave, it's going to make the women will love them more, and they're going to be with them. And they're not going to have any problem with any women, because you leave the children all the time for the women to take care of, and you tell me you paying the bills alone. The bills alone can feed the children? No. If the children are having a house to sleep and they are not having enough groceries or enough food to eat, how can they survive? They are not going to survive when they don't have food. So you have to understand that the bills alone cannot take care of the family.
Okay. But yeah, the children need more than taking care of the bill. You not just nourishing them by putting a house on their head, paying the bills, making sure there's groceries. You gotta nourish them spiritually. You gotta nourish them into being men and women, and that happens when you interact with them. You got to nourish your relationship with your wife, your woman, and your girl. Okay.
Right. Because your woman is there for you. Your woman has you have sorry. Your woman is there for you to show you what to do, to protect, to guide you. You see, I always like men that they're being respectful, that they are there to learn what they never knew. Because your children needs you more than the money you put on the table. The children needs you being with them and talk to them. Your children needs you being playing with them all the time. That's what the children need from their fathers. Not just you putting the money down for the women to take and cook for you. No. But how you talk to your children, how you give them knowledge, how you teach them, how you treat them. Did you influence them to learn? Did you influence them to go to the bad side or good side? Those are the things that the children are looking for. They are looking
Hmm.
for love. They are looking for the fatherly love, not just motherly love alone, but the fatherly love. How the father can also care like the way the mothers have been doing. Those are some of the things women and the children are looking for, because this is the weak point of the men. They cannot do it.
Okay. Yeah, good point. All right, let's see what other jewels Max had dropped.
And you caused more harm than what it was worth. So at the point, she had to make a decision. Deal with all of this shit that's driving her crazy and physically hurting her because remember, she can't get to the fucking doctor because you're a derelict. So she's got to cover for you with the kids because the kids are very important. But now she can't get to the doctor, so her health is in jeopardy, right? So at some point, she has to make a decision. But damn, yes, he does pay the bills, but I really need to get to the doctor. I'm hurting. I'm feeling some kind of way. He's not doing his job with the kids. I got to come home from work or I got to stop what I'm doing because he won't keep his end of the bargain. He throws his dirty drawers all over the place. He's got the house smelling like funky corn chip socks. He won't clean up. He fucking leave dirty dishes on the table after I done cleaned up. He pisses all over the toilet seat. All these things get to working on a woman's nerves and they get to working on her psyche.
Right,
Okay.
right. You see, you leave all the work on the women's neck to do that. How can the women do all without you supporting them? The women needs your support more. That can make them go high. That can make them teach the boys. I agree with Black Knights. That's very good talk.
And she's coming to the point where she's thinking, should I stay with him or not? The term "I can do bad all by myself" comes from situations like this. You know, that she's feeling like a single mother in a marriage. And she shouldn't be feeling this way. The marriage is a partnership. She has no partner. And she's coming to the realization of that. So she's getting the stress, should I stay or should I not stay? She's weighing the pros and the cons. And then there's the other thing. Going back to the small stuff, if he's messing up the house is all funky, she'd be too embarrassed to bring a friend over, come and visit, or have a friend come over and stuff like that. And even the best friend, the best good friend, and even if they talk to an equally good friend, it's still embarrassing. She had to apologize about the state of her house, before she let anybody in, you know.
Right, right. Before you let anybody in, you the man have to apologize. But you see, we help these men that they knew what they did was wrong, but they will not apologize. They will not apologize to the woman. They want you, the woman, have to come and apologize. That is the problem that some of the men are facing, and they cannot fix their home because they need apologize from the women, and it cannot be possible that a woman is going to apologize to you all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Mika says Black Knight is like a fly on the wall. LOL. He's on point. So she's saying he's telling the truth. This is the way it is. You know. Charlene, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. Jump in, you can, especially if I'm playing the video, and you hear a point where you want to say something. Feel free to say stop. So you want to jump in, say something.
No, no, no. You guys go ahead. I'll jump in when I need to.
All right, all right, yeah. So we're on point on this. Well, I know we're on point on that. I've been in situations where I had to please excuse my house. especially if you don't know what he did while you were gone. Yeah. So let's continue. I'm gonna resume.
Because you simply do not understand who you have in your house. You think that you live with a mannequin. She's not a mannequin. A lot of you don't understand that women are extremely hygienic. So when you throwing dirty drawers all over the place, got the house smelling funky as hell, you're fucking with the delicate senses of her nose, which is in turn going to piss her off. Women don't like being in funky houses. They got a problem with that. Men, our noses are much stronger than women's. We can deal with a lot of heavy, awful fragrance that the world has to offer. Women are different. They don't want to smell all that shit. They don't want to smell dead bodies. They don't want to smell funky socks. They don't want to smell dirty ass drawers. They don't want their house smelling like a garbage dump. They're not into that. And when you walking around, floating around the house like you King Bong and you don't give a shit, it bothers them. It causes anger. It causes an attitude. You on some, well, I don't know why you upset, baby. She on some, she can't believe you don't know why she upset.
Right? Because you don't check on her, so you don't know the reason why he's upset. If you've been checking on her, you could have knew the reason why your wife or your woman is upset.
Yeah, I think I think I don't know if everybody heard my story, but when me and my baby daddy was together, when I went to go visit him, and I seen the state that he was living in, that that was just bad. Like, oh my gosh. And yes, I was really upset, and I was just disgusted, and he was okay with it. Like, they're like oblivious to their surroundings, and I'm not comfortable with that. So,
Right? You see? So sometimes you have to understand and you have to ask why, oh baby, why are you upset? Then the lady can tell you this is the reason why I'm this. But because you don't want to know his problem, so you don't care about asking.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. So as I said, women don't always right away blow up. Now she's at the blow up point, and just like Charlene said, her baby daddy was oblivious to the mess that was his apartment. They are oblivious to why she's angry. If she don't say it immediately, and even sometimes they don't get it then. You've been telling them that they don't get it. They wait till you blowing up, ready to kick them out the house or get out of the house and leave before they start thinking, why are you leaving me? What you mean? Why? They oblivious.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see. All right, in the chat, truth is as usual is that at the dirty drawers part, niggas doing that need to do better. I never let my women see dirty underwear from me. Hassan is cleanliness is next to godliness. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh yeah, I got that. Woman, not women. I got that. All right, let's continue on.
So now the shit that's going on in her personal life is really bothering her. Now she starts to get down. Now she's angry. So she takes that anger out into the world.
Right.
If she works at Walmart as a cashier, this is how you get the black female cashier that has an angry look on her face. If she works as a teller at the bank, this is how you get the angry black female teller with the angry look on her face. In the attitude, going through a lot of shit in her personal life.
Right.
She's not mad at anyone else.
Oh, this is a good point. This is why
Right.
because females, they can't go tell their partner. You tell their partner, he's not listening, he's not doing anything. So it's like, who can they vent to that can hear their voice and understand them? And I'm not the one to go outside your relationship and talk about your problems. But who can you tell when you can't tell the person that's standing next to you? You know, you need to vent
Right.
something out. Like you said, that's why they walk around and they don't look happy and they stressed and they fed up and they don't know what to do. It be times when I was in my situation where I didn't even feel like I could go home. Like I felt like maybe I need to go get a hotel room. It's just so I can have some peace, you know?
Mhm.
Right. Right. But if that moment, or if that part, you have maybe a husband closer to you and he holds you on his hand, he asks you, baby, what is wrong with you? Are you okay? Don't worry, let me set up your issue or your problem. I think that particular time you're gonna be okay and you're gonna follow him because you know he's your man.
Yeah. All right. The woman that she's so fed up that the anger is showing up in her face, the anger is showing in her tone. This is the main ones that the manosphere, red pillars, all the cis bins and all that be complaining about. They be complaining about the one because she's so angry. It's right there at the surface. She's ready to blow. Okay, men, especially when it's not your woman. If you see a woman with angry face and there's a tone of anger or she's snappish, that means she's right there at the surface. And if you trigger her, instead of that volcano exploding on who she's really mad at, it's going to explode all over you and stuff like that. So leave that woman alone. This is not the time to correct her. This is not the time to tell her she needs to smile. And it's not, especially not the time to be flirting with her. None of that.
Right. Right. That is not the time. Yeah.
All right.
But who is causing that? The manosphere that they're talking about, you being angry all the time with your face. Who is causing the problem? Who is making the women be angry? Is that not the man? It is.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a thing saying the only person besides a close family member that can make a woman so mad is her man. Her man, her husband, her boyfriend. That's the only one that can make her that mad. That is all in her face, is all in her tone, and she's snapping. If she's snapping, more often than not, it's just a very angry tone. You know, especially when she's at work. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's continue on. Max be dropping jewels left and right in this area.
This is why when you're dealing with a woman, especially a black woman, as a man, you need to exercise patience over emotions. A lot of you guys got it backwards. You exercise emotions over patience. No. Exercise patience over emotions. When you meet a black woman, she seems to be angry. She seems to be mad. Don't run away like some scared little rabbit. Be patient with her. Give her space. Her anger has nothing to do with you. You have to understand that first and foremost. And be kind. Give people their space to grieve.
Right. Right. You have to give the people the space that they can live. You can say, okay, because I'm with you, so whatever you do, I don't care. I don't want you to do what I never supposed to tell you to do. No, give them the space. Let her do what she's supposed to do. Let her be free. Let her enjoy. Don't let her be sad all the time. Let her be free and be good for it. And that one is going to make you be the good man that he's looking for or she's looking for. You cannot be there without you doing what she wants.
Mhm. All right. Okay. Yeah. Be patient with women who's feeling this way that you don't know. All right. Piers, there's more, even more. Okay, hold on. We're gonna hear the rest of this.
She's angry, but she's also grieving because her marriage is fucked up. Her husband is a fucking bum who's driving her crazy. Her kids are unruly as hell, and her husband don't seem to give a damn about it. As a matter of fact, he's just as bad as the damn kids. She still haven't been able to get to the damn doctor because she's got to take care of the kids, and her husband ain't keeping his end of the bargain. And then got the nerve on top of that, after she done gave all that she got, come and ask her to do some other shit. And sometimes some of you Negroes even go so far as to waking your woman up out of her sleep after she done been overran all day and you didn't do a goddamn thing to try to intervene. As a matter of fact, you added to it. Y'all done ran her over. She tried to fucking sleep, and some of you Negroes got the nerve to wake her up and ask her to go do some shit. After you done ran her ragged all day, done blew her nerves to kingdom come, she tried to find some peace, some rest. Hey, baby, wake up. Wake up. I'm getting ready to go to work. Listen, go ahead and make me some pork and beans and rice and some chitlins. Nigga, it's 10 o'clock at night. You've been running her ragged since 6 in the morning. Now you getting ready to go to work on a night shift. She trying to get some sleep because y'all done beat the hell out of her all day, you and the damn kids. You got nerve to wake her up talking about saying, hey, baby, cook me some pork and beans, rice, and some chitlins for my, lunch. I get ready to go to work on the night shift tonight. And you wondering why she wakes up with some, oh boy.
Okay.
Right,
Mhm.
right. You see, Black Knight is very on point. I love the way he talk all those things. Now it makes me think a lot about what the man supposed to do with the women. He's very on point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, men that come across angry women that they don't know, angry black women, or that you don't know what she's going through. This is a possible scenario that she's going through. And as for you husbands who do this type of thing, God dang it, you had all day, you had earlier to tell her that you were working a night shift so she can have your lunch ready. And if she's that deeper to sleep that at 10 o'clock, you gotta wake her up really hard. So to fix you some food for the night shift, you should let her sleep. God, you can't put leftovers together and fix it. You can at least make a sandwich or a few sandwiches. It's not that hard. Anybody could do a sandwich. You could have let her sleep, left her a note on the pillow or in the refrigerator, and be done with that. Let her sleep. But no, that's how inconsiderate and thoughtless some of you guys be. You didn't tell her earlier that, hey, I'm going to be working a night shift. Could you throw some leftovers together for lunch? Or I'm not going to eat all of this dinner. Say, put some of it with some extras for my lunch at work. No, no. You wait till she's sound asleep to tell her this.
Yeah, but if you care for your wife, if she's asleep, you would definitely start doing something for yourself because you are the one who is going to eat. You can even prepare your breakfast and leave some for the children to eat whilst your wife is sleeping or is enjoy sleeping. When by the time she wake up, breakfast is ready and it's very nice. Not just all the time the women just need wake up and prepare breakfast for men to eat. A man also can do the same for a woman to also enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Women
Yeah.
are not slave to you, they are there to support you, and you also are there to support them. So, in terms of cooking, you can support the women as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, be considerate. Now, in the chat, Emmanuel Briggs said that's a good way to wind up sleeping on the couch for a week. Now, Mika, Mika is like, you better hit that vending machine up in the break room. Don't be bugging her when she's in a sound sleep. You either gonna learn to cook, learn to fix your sandwiches, or you hit the vending machine. Don't you wake me up.
Right, right. Because assuming maybe your wife went to work and she's very tired, you wake her up, you don't even ask her, oh dear, how are you? You don't even ask her, go and fix me breakfast. It sounds terrible to her because you don't know how much when he was sleeping, how do she feel at that point? You never ask her anything. All you need is your breakfast. So for me, if like me, you call me, I will tell you, go and fix it for yourself. That is going to be better for you. Go ahead and fix it. I'm sleeping and I'll leave you without fixing it for you.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, Charlene, is this on point for you too?
I was gonna say I ain't fixing nothing. And that's that.
Oh, oh yeah. Oh, he's lucky he don't have. One lady I knew, she kicked her husband in the face. Yeah, and so anyway, yeah, be considerate. You seen your woman running around all day. If you ain't been doing nothing to help her, um, don't wake her up when she's exhausted. Do something for yourself. You're not a baby. You're a grown man. You got a brain. Use it. Put something together. But anyway, that just goes to show a man like that is very, very selfish and inconsiderate. And anyway, let's go on. Somebody recommend the man learn how to do ramen noodles. Hmm.
Mm.
All right, here we go.
What's that? What's wrong, baby? Nigga, what do you mean what's wrong? This is where these attitudes come
Because
from. This is where this anger comes from. This is one part of where the anger comes from. There's others. But I'm giving you an introduction on where a lot of this anger comes from. A lot of times it comes right out of the house. And the woman brings it into the world. You know why? Because it's hard to get it off her face because it's been put there by people who are the closest to her, who affect her more than any other, who affect her more than other people. If it was strangers, she'd probably be straight faced. But because it's not strangers, it's people who love her, who say they love her, and people she loves, like her husband and her children, it affects her more. And 9 times out of 10, when they come out the house going through some shit like that for a period of time, and they got to go to work, a lot of them don't even realize what they look like. They don't know that they're going to work with a scowl on their face because it doesn't. You're so used to having a scowl in the fucking house, it done became permanent. You don't even realize it until somebody says something. Girl, what you? And then she run to one of her friends. Girl, you okay? What you so angry about? And she's like, huh? I'm not angry. Well, you look mad as hell. She didn't even realize how angry she looks because it became so normal in the house to look angry. She doesn't realize she looked the same way when she goes out into the world. So when you run into a woman like this, she's got a scowl on her face. Exercise patience over emotions. Be patient with her. Give her space. Let her grieve. She's angry. She's going through some shit. Be gentle with her. Be kind with her. And that scowl will come off her face, especially if she feels that she can talk to you. You'll find out that she's not this angry person that you thought she was. She's actually a sweet and kind person. She just needs some space to deal with the things going on in her head. And she's unaware of how she looks because she go through this shit so much in the house, doesn't even realize it became a permanent look on her face. This is real with a lot of black women. This is a reality with a lot of black women. I'm not making this stuff up. I have 5 sisters. I've seen it.
right.
Okay. So yeah. So when you okay, um he's right about the his family, the people closest to you that can put that kind of anger on your face and in your tone and stuff like that. But for men who don't know these women, patience over emotion. Be kind. You don't know what she's going through, what's tearing her up and stuff like that. She's grieving, and give her the space. Leave her alone. You can do a few things like hang in there, sister. Hope your day go better, but pretty much keep your distance. And as for the man in her life and stuff like that, yeah, you could put her through this, and she's grieving and she's angry and she's ready to explode, and she's also thinking about making a decision. You don't want to be surprised one day, or she's gone. You know, you need to talk to her, find out what's going on. Just the fact that you're talking to her or trying to talk to her is a big thing. You know, they don't. That means you're not heartless. You're not thoughtless. You making an effort. After you not making any effort, you making an effort is a big turnaround.
Right, right. Because when you make effort for her, she's going to be happy. She's going to be okay. And what the problem is, she will voice out to you. You understand? She's going to voice out while she go forward and ask her, baby, why are you so sad? Why do you squeeze your face? Why are you unhappy? She's going to voice out everything to you because she knows you are caring and you love her. That's why you ask her. So she don't mind to hide anything from you. She's going to tell you directly, this is what is wrong with me. That's why I excuse my face or I found my face. And you're going to know straightforward.
All
Yeah,
right, so I was gonna say, it's so easy to like make a woman happy. It doesn't take that much. It's not that hard, and I don't think men realize that. Like the more you treat a woman really good and she feels good inside, the more she's gonna want to do for you. It's a
Exactly.
both. It's a give and take. You can't just take all the time because then you're depleting her.
exactly. Yeah, you're depleting her. When she's like breaking down, that means she's depleted. When you hear about women breaking down and have to go to a mental hospital for a while, you so depleted her. She was empty, and she was empty for a long time. And she was so empty that the engine could be destroyed. She got to be rebuilt. She got to refill her reserves. Uh huh. Truth says in the chat, some of y'all cats be sending y'all women through trauma and don't even know it. If you take care of her, then she'll take care of you. It's that simple. Exactly, true. It's that simple. All right. Let's go ahead and carry on.
Exercise as a man, exercise patience over emotions. A strong man always exercise patience over emotions. A weak man does the opposite. A weak man goes and meets a woman like bitch this, bitch that. I ain't got to take your attitude. I don't know who you think you mad at. Fuck you, this and that. See, a weak man is disrespectful, childish. A strong man is respectful, understanding, and patient. Learn to exercise patience over emotions when you're dealing with a woman. Understand that she goes through a lot as a mother and as a wife. They make daily sacrifices that they don't even complain about. They deal with a lot of stuff from us that they don't even complain about. I bet you, if many of you who have women and have wives, if you sat down and talked to your woman, you say, okay, baby, the gloves are off. I want you to tell me what you think about me if I ever did this to you and I ever did that to you. Listen, the gloves are off. You got free reign. I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to be hurt. I'm not going to get upset. This is just go ahead and clear the air. You'd be shocked at what she say.
Right.
You'd be shocked. Some of you, she'll leave with some of you when she's done talking. Your mouth will be on the ground, especially when you start hearing shit like, "Oh, you don't do this, you don't do that." When I asked you to do this, you didn't do this. You fucked this up. I was mad because you could have did that. I was over here hurting. You didn't even come for me. You didn't check, but you wanted me to do this. You gave me this and told me to go here, and the car ran out of gas. You told me to call somebody. It was in the middle of the night. I was scared. You're gonna be shot because they were, and you thought you was a good husband. You thought you was being a good husband. When they run it down to you, you're gonna be on some shit like, damn. I I I I don't I don't know what to say. When they get finished running it down, you're gonna feel like shit. If you care about her, you're gonna feel like shit. Seriously. Some of y'all gonna feel like a heel if you really care about your woman. When she run that shit down, you're gonna be on some, huh? You're gonna be surprised on how much you weren't being a good husband. You wasn't being a good husband or a good father. It's gonna make you get up on your game. It's gonna make you get yourself right if you give a damn. But I don't recommend you have that conversation with her if you're not strong enough to handle it. Because a lot of you may not like what you hear. Some of you are gonna get emotional. Well, shit, if it's like that, then what you doing with me then? That's the wrong way to handle it. That's weak. Remember, you asked her to dump all the information she had. So don't get mad when she dump it. And once she dump it, and what she's dumping don't set right with you.
Right.
All right.
Don't set right with you. It's true. Black Knight is on point. Very good point. This things the man needs to know. The manosphere man needs to know to hear this. Because it's very important. Don't say it to anybody. Call your woman and talk to her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the young guys need to hear this before as True said, learn this so he don't make the same mistakes. But hey, if you really want to change, hey, like do what he said and suggest. And the fact that you asked her instead of waiting for her to go up and tell you all this. Mhm.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Charlene.
All right, so I was gonna say, when she was doing all of this and doing all of this for you, you wasn't complaining. You was
Mhm.
happy, right? But now it's a problem when she's voicing her concerns. It wasn't a problem when she was doing it for you.
That's all they do. They want you to do and they will not complain. But when the later thing comes, they will complain and say you are a bad woman. You are not a good woman they want.
Yeah, yeah. And he's right. If you make that mistake, you be weak enough to get your feelings hurt about what she said instead of learning from what she said and go into while you with me, then you putting right in front of the question of why is she with you? And if you coming at her wrong, she gonna answer that question, and it might not be the way you like it. I don't mean necessarily answer you telling you why. She's gonna answer it by divorce, leaving you, one of them ways. But if you take it and you try to correct it, say you're gonna do better, or I'm glad you told me I'm gonna do better, or ouch, that hurts, but I didn't know it was I was this bad or that bad. I'm gonna do better, you know.
But that is the problem. They don't want to listen.
Hmm.
That is what they don't want to listen, and they don't want to hear from the women say, "Oh, I don't know. You need to teach me what to be. I need you to be my man and teach me what to be like a lady." They don't want to hear that. They always want to hear we being what they want, but not what we like, what we want. If they
Yeah.
want us to be what they want, they also need to do what we want, because that is what we want. We want you to be around with us, support us, protect us, save our children. That's what we will need.
Hmm. Hmm. Exactly. Yeah, and also they just trying to avoid accountability, you know. So of course, she's angry with attitude instead of I wasn't the husband I should have been, or the father I should have been, or both. Um, and she's angry, or she left me. No, no, no. I don't even think they be they want to ask that question because they know they're not gonna like what they hear. But hey, let's continue on. Let's. Mhm.
Some of you ain't gonna be able to handle it. I don't recommend all of it. Like I said, marriage isn't for weak men. If you are weak, understand that you listen. It's okay as a man to recognize your weaknesses. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Don't let anybody shame you into improving. I'm sorry. Don't let anybody shame you out of improving yourself. Part of improving yourself is understanding your weaknesses and working on those weaknesses. It's okay to recognize that you're not up to par in every area. That just means you got work to do to improve. So if you are weak, work on it. Strengthen yourself. Do not go and ruin a woman's life if you have a weak mentality. A weak mentality in a man will destroy a relationship. Before I go any further, let me.
All right. So what Max says, marriage is for the strong. Takes a strong woman. I'm sorry, a strong man. It takes a strong man to accept that he got weaknesses. To take accountability and responsibility for what they did or did not do. Yeah, it takes a strong man to take somebody's anger without trying to defend himself. You know, yeah, it takes a strong man to try to work on the marriage instead of run from the marriage. Hmm. Try to run
Right.
away from the heat of her, her anger. Hmm.
Yeah, don't be running away from anywhere, anything. Just trying to be yourself as a man, trying to save your woman, trying to tell her, hey, my wife, I love you. Whatever you've been through, everything is going to be fine. Be with me, and I might be with you. I might save you what you're doing. Don't worry. Don't worry about anything. Don't be angry. Don't be annoyed. I'm here with you. See, if you tell your women this way, or you tell them these things, always they're going to fall into your heart. They're going to lie on your chest and they're going to hug you because they know you're saying what they want.
Anybody else has any thoughts on this what Max has said? Oh, all right. Here comes true. To piggyback on that, marriage is for strong men point. Why would any woman seek a relationship with an unstable man? A man's supposed to be reliable pillar for the relationship to be built. Okay, that's exactly, if he's not reliable, he's showing to be unstable and not caring, then she's going to leave. She may
Yeah,
leave now, she may leave later, but she's going to eventually leave.
right. Because if you're not reliable for her, she have to go. She don't need to spend her time with you while she are not reliable to her. You're not available to her. You cannot sacrifice yourself to her. So she have to go. She don't need to spend all her rest of his life with you without you being spending your own to her.
Mhm. Okay. All right. Any other thoughts? Everybody? Okay. Well, let's go on and resume.
All right, let me continue. So, like I was saying, right, and so some of you who can't handle this, you don't ask your woman this. And let me tell you something. If you get to the point where you feel you can't handle a conversation like that, then you shouldn't be in a relationship with that woman. That means that you are a weak man with a weak constitution. And a weak man with a weak constitution has no business in a serious relationship. Everybody go on mute. Has no business in a serious relationship. So
Right.
the attitude that you guys talk about, this famous attitude, in a lot of ways, you create that attitude. The attitude is created. And a lot of times it's created out of the home that the woman resides in.
Who are those creating the attitude? The attitude being created by we or the men. They always say the attitude being created by the women, but the attitude being created by the men. Because if you take good care of me, and if you care and you control me well, I'm not going to show you any attitude. You're going to be enjoying all the time, having fun, having smile on your face. But because you don't show me those things, you don't care. That is why always I'm going to have attitude on my face because of you.
And
And you need that attitude. Yeah, because women, we are not just there to create any attitude because of you, but because you've been protecting us, you've been care. And whenever a man cares about you, whenever a man protects you, you don't think about getting him attitude because you know he been protecting you, he been guiding you, he will love you, and he protects your children, your family. So you don't need any attitude towards him. All you need is the love. Sorry, I think they might be on technical problem and she might be on call. Yeah. Charlene, do you have something to say over here? If
Yes.
Brother Mars is on point.
Yes. I was gonna say yes. So in the home, yeah. So the home creates the attitude. So the way the woman is being responded to, the way what is she's watching in her home, the way the man is talking to her, it's like if she feels loved and she's happy within herself and within her surroundings, she's gonna exude that. But
Right.
if she has an attitude and she's walking around with like a stink face and she's mad at the world, just think about like what she has to go home to every day. And she's probably doing the best that she can and she doesn't know what else to do.
But who caused the attitude? who makes being attitude. It's you, the man. You understand? It's you causes. You are the one who makes being attitude.
Okay, everyone. We're gonna take a quick music break. We'll be right back and we'll continue. We're not leaving, just a music break. So get you some refreshments, take a little restroom break, and we'll be right back. All right. Here we go. All right, we're all back we got our libations. Some of us are singing, maybe a few dancing. Yes, this is a perfect song for this. All right. So, all right. So let's go ahead and continue.
I don't hear anything. Was it just me?
Right, me too. Then we can't hear anything. I don't know, maybe if the fault is from you or us.
Okay, false from me. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, I'm going back. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Oh, so, whoop. Uh, all right. So, whoo. Let's back that up a little bit. Let's see where. Okay. All right. All right. Right here. Okay. Here we go. I'm giving them a little bit to start putting. Yep, they hear you.
All right, let me continue. So, like I was saying, right, and so some of you who can't handle this, you don't ask your woman this. And let me tell you something. If you get to the point where you feel you can't handle a conversation like that, then you shouldn't be in a relationship with that woman. That means that you are a weak man with a weak constitution. And a weak man with a weak constitution has no business in a serious relationship. Everybody go on mute. Has no business in a serious relationship. So the attitude that you guys talk about, this famous attitude, in a lot of ways, you create that attitude. The attitude is created. And a lot of times it's created out of the home that the woman resides in. And it can be created whether the man is there or not. The kids can create it. Understand when she has that kind of attitude, it has nothing to do with you. She doesn't even know you. See, what pisses me off, right, is that a lot of y'all, when y'all approach black women and they got these scowls on their face, you don't even have the presence of mind to be kind to her and understand that she's already taken a psychological beating. And that scowl has nothing to do with you. Some of you take it personal, like she did something to you and you don't even know her. You just see that angry look on her face and you make all these assumptions. Oh, she a bad woman, or she must be no good. She got this angry look on her face. You're judging this woman, you don't even know her. You're not walking in her shoes. You don't know what she's dealing with. She don't even know you. So what the hell is some of you taking it personal for? Some of you take it personal that a woman has an angry look on her face. And she don't even know you. Never even talked to you. But you feeling some kind of way. Like she did something to you. Mind your damn business. Stay out of her business. Don't jump in her business because you see an angry look on her face and pretend that you know her. You don't. You don't know what she's going through. You have no right to make a judgment about her. You don't even know her. Tell us wrong with you manosphere cats. And you guys listening to these bums. They got you judging people that you don't even know. Oh, she got an angry look. She must be one of them angry black women. You know how stupid you sound? You have no proof. You don't understand why she's angry, why that looks on her face. You don't know her from Adam. But yet you believe in a stupid talking point. Did you introduce yourself to the woman? Did you interact with the woman? I've interacted with plenty of so-called angry black women. And I have never been disrespected by them, no matter what they were mad about. You know why? Because I'm a grown-ass man and I exercise patience over emotions. I know what I'm dealing with. I know that I'm dealing with a woman. That's why many of you punks don't understand, because you don't understand feminine nature. You don't understand the nature of a woman, and you don't know what you're dealing with when you approach her. That's why you approach her all fucked up. You emotional. First of all, she's already emotional. She's already emotional. She's got an angry look on her face. That's a sign of emotion. So she's already going through it in her mind. So something in her mind is very active because she's angry. Understand, that angry look means that there's something active going on in her mind right now. You don't have the wherewithal to even realize that. All you care about is your own emotions because you're a sissy too. You're not a man. You're not exercising patience. You're exercising emotion over patience. So you step to her and you're not even, you know what? You're not even healthy for her to even be exchanging any kind of conversation with, because you're making it worse. You're stepping to her as emotional as she is. That's going to make her blood pressure go up. That's going to make things worse. You're actually a goddamn detriment to her health. So if you're not man enough to exercise patience over emotions, I recommend that you don't approach women, because you're unfit to approach women. You have no understanding of them. And you don't care. Let me explain something to you. You want a woman in your life? You have to learn how to care. You cannot have a woman in your life and don't care. That makes no damn sense. You can't have a woman. You can't have a woman walking around telling herself, "I don't care. I don't care, bitch. I don't care." Then what the fuck you doing with it then? The whole purpose of having a woman in your life is because you care. Some of you dummies run out about, I don't care. I don't care. Then don't get a woman. Go get a man. You don't want to care about a woman? Then go lay with a man. You don't care about a woman, you don't deserve one. I'm not sugarcoating nothing today. I'm firing off all shots. I'm not playing with you Negroes today. The gloves are off. If you don't care about a woman, then go get you a man. You don't deserve a woman. If you can't be a man and exercise patience over emotions like a real man, then go get you a man. Leave the woman alone. Don't go ruining her life and her day because you're a pussy and you don't know how to be a man. Dang.
All right. So Max said a mouthful, and he said a lot of things that needed to be said. All right. What you with a woman for if you don't care for her? You don't love her, you don't care for her, don't even like her. What you with a woman for? You don't understand her nature, and you keep trying to turn her away from what's natural from her for her. So why are you with a woman? It sounds like you want a man. You want somebody that thinks like you, act like you, behave like you. So why you might as well just go ahead and get a man. Personally, I think that's what most of y'all want anyhow. Yeah, you know, y'all keep comparing women to men and bringing up short. Cause she's not a man. Not supposed to be comparing women to a man. But a bulk of y'all do that crap. Do we start comparing y'all to a woman? Y'all be definitely lacking in that. But y'all sure acting like it. But that still don't make you no woman. That don't make us no man. You want us to think, act, and do as a man? Then get you a man. You don't understand women? Hey, you're not supposed to understand the woman. You're supposed to understand her nature. This is what she is. This is the way she is. If you don't like it, love it, want more of it, then don't be with her. You too weak to handle the woman the way she is, being a woman, then you don't need no woman. You need protection yourself. Maybe you should get you a man to protect you. All right.
All I wanted to say was, like he said, don't get one. Be upfront. Be honest to yourself. Stop leading people on. You can only lead people on, but for so long. Be truthful. Be honest. If all you wanted to do was smash, just say that. Don't put up all these pretend games because you're messing with somebody's life.
Exactly. Because life is important and you need to save that life. So you don't need to mess up with that life.
Yeah. So before I start ranting and raving again, let's continue on with some more of Max's jewels. Cause let's face it, he's fired and he's dropping them. And as Mika said, it's like he's a fly on the wall. Yeah. But
Right.
okay, so here we go. Okay, truth is. All
People that they don't even know. And you believe it because you're weak. You're weak minded. You don't have the ability to control your own thoughts. She needs some space. She's still grieving. That anger is still fresh. Don't crowd her. Sometimes it's better when she's in that situation. Don't say anything, but respond with movement. Like if she's trying to lift something, lift it up for her. If she's trying to get something from another desk, go get it for her. Bring her a bottle of water. Okay? Make kind gestures. Help her alleviate some of that anger. They're not mean people. They don't make a habit of going around here being snotty and nasty to people. I know that's what the manosphere wants you to believe, but that's not true. They're very sweet and kind people. They don't want to be mean to other people. They don't want to be snapping at other people. Women want to be happy. They want to be floating around here on air. They don't want to be angry. They don't want to have scowls on their face. They don't want to be snapping at people. They want to be. Most women want to be very happy and very nice to other people. They want to talk. They want to strike up beautiful conversation. They want to get into their little drama conversations. They want to be happy. They don't want to be running around here mad at the world, snapping on people. They don't want that. I know that's what the manosphere wants you to believe. You see, I'm all about fixing the situation. If you find a woman that's angry, she's going through a lot, if you can help her, help her. If you can help her, don't just walk away from her. Help her. It's good karma. It comes back to you 10,000 times. Especially when you help someone you don't even know. I'm not saying get all in her business, but don't be afraid to talk to her. And don't pry into her business. Don't even ask her what made her mad. Let her tell you. If she feels comfortable in telling you that, she'll tell you. Listen. You're not there to make the situation worse. You're there to be an outlet. Why? Because you're a man and you care. Real men care. Weak men don't care. Real men care about the health of their women. They care about how women feel. They care about if they're happy or not. Weak men don't give a shit, one way or the other, about women. That's why they're weak. And that's why women should not engage weak men. And I want to say one more thing about something I started last night for those who wouldn't hear. A lot of brothers got bad information when it comes down to the treatment of women. When you hear a man say he don't treat a woman no different than he treat a man, that's a man you should never ever be with. That man is abusive. That's the kind of man that'll put hands on you. A man that don't believe that there's a difference between a woman and a man is an abusive man, because if he will strike a man, he will strike you, because he don't believe that there's a difference between you and him. So a guy like that, his wires are crossed. Okay? You hear a man talking like that, you keep it moving. I don't care if you were interested in him. You hear him talking shit like that, become uninterested. A guy like that will knock your head off. I'm not sugarcoating nothing today. I'm being straight up blunt. A guy like that, ladies, will knock your head clean off. Because he will do that to a man, and he sees you the same as a man, and he will do that to a man. He will do it to you just as easy as he would do it to a man. And they will even tell you that. They'll tell you, oh, I'll knock a woman out as quick as I'll knock a man out. Believe what they tell you. They're telling you the truth. They will do that. They will kick you in the face as quick as they will kick a man in the face. They will shoot you as quick as they would shoot a man, because their wires are crossed and they don't see a difference between you and a man. That is a man that you do not want to be with in a relationship under no circumstances. He will do physical harm to you. You want a man that has a clear understanding that a man and a woman are different and you do not treat them the same. You do not treat a woman the same way you treat a man. There is a difference, a huge difference. And when you find a man that does not know the difference, that is a man that will send you to your grave. That is a dangerous man for you to be with. A man like that will physically abuse you to the point where he will kill you because he don't see you no different than he see a man. And if he'll kill a man, he'll kill you too. And with that being said, I am at the end of the rant. I want to bring the ladies in here real quick before we get out of here.
All right. So Max is letting you know, hey, this is a big red flag. You know, when a man says he sees a woman no difference from a man. Also says a big red flag that he's on the down low. But the most dangerous part is that he will beat you, abuse you, kick you, shoot you like he would a man. Yeah. So even though Max gent culture, he's trying to teach young men how to be gentlemen, how to treat their ladies, how to date when it is the right time to be dating, what they need to have in order, what dating really is about. But in this case, he's talking about how to deal with women who are angry with attitude and what's behind it, the understanding. I figure if you understand it, you know better how to deal with it, you know. But it's also, when he does this, he also teaching us women. Sometimes we don't know the flags. We don't identify the flag, or we shrug them off. Oh, he meant that we're equal, equal work, equal pay. A woman can do what a man can do. No, he's telling you that's not what this Negro means. This Negro means that he gonna hurt you like he hurt a man. He's gonna punch you like he punched a man. He's gonna treat you like a man. You make him angry, he's gonna punch you. He's not gonna practice patience. You make him and emotional control. He's not gonna accept that this is your nature. You're going to say something that's gonna make him angry. He'll say, if I ain't gonna take it from no man, well, so you're not gonna take it from you. Get away from that Negro. If he says he don't see you no different from a man, get away from that Negro. He is not saying he sees you as equal to him. He's saying he sees you as him. You're a man. You are not a man. He should not be treating you like a man. Should not be punching you like a man. Should not be punching you at all. Okay, I'm gonna start ranting. Okay, let's see. Ladies, you wanted to say anything on what Max said?
Yeah, I need to say something what Max said over here. I like whatever Max said And that is a good point that he's trying to teach the young boys that they are coming. And these some of the things that the young boy needs to know. They need to learn and understand that women being women, they are not trying to take the man position. They are trying to be women. So only thing that they need is that the man supposed to be a man, not just a woman. Because they are behaving like a woman.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I just want to thank Max for his contribute, how he contribute all this information, especially from the Manosphere, and for him debunking all of their talking points. And what he's saying has a lot of insight. And yeah, I just want to thank him.
Right, you're welcome. Yeah, it's true because we the women like this, he just talk to us straightforward, and he's trying to save us from this man's men. So that is a very big thank you. He's trying to tell us, and I need all the women to listen to it and trying to always come to gym culture and listen to what is going on in gym culture because he's trying to tell us something, how to be with your women. That is good. Women don't have any attitude. Now the gym, the manosphere men are going to say that women we don't have any attitude through this broadcast.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, Max, his love for women is also, as he's teaching the men, teaching the boys, he's also teaching us. As I said, a lot of us we've been around these weak dudes for so long that they have influenced our thinking, and they have taught a bunch of us to ignore our instincts or not to recognize the red flags. So he's pointing out the red flags, which you should be looking for to avoid. Don't be afraid to ask hard questions and stuff like that. Um, and don't worry about the word gold digger. You just because you want the man to do what he's meant to do, provide, protect, and he needs resources for you to make to make a home, you know, and to take care
Right,
of. Yeah, so that's how much love Max has for black women. He don't care about no talking points. He don't care about how other men feel. He don't care about men that's trying to play games and stuff like that. No, he cares about the women. So he's trying to help to create gentlemen out of the next generation, so that women will have available. He's trying to help women make a better know the warning signs, what to avoid, and not be afraid to walk away. To don't give him any excuses. What he says, walk away. Red flags that we don't recognize anymore. He reminding us of the red flags, or he's telling us this is a red flag. This is what that dude mean. Don't try to say he's trying to say y'all equal. No, he didn't say equal. He said see you the same as a man. That's two
Mm-hmm.
different things.
Mm-hmm.
hmm Yeah. Yeah. So don't try to slide that off, brush that off. Oh no, he sees us as equal. He's a liberal man. Bull crap. That's a nutcase. Walk away from
Mm-hmm.
him and run, and don't let him get any of your contacts. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to thank you, ladies, for playing my podcast tonight on Ladies Night. I feel honored. And Charlene, I don't need any thanks. This is something that is natural for me. It's straight from my heart. I don't do it for thanks. I do it because I care. I mean, I have five sisters and a mother growing up. Among my sisters, I learned so much about female nature, and I've seen what women go through. And I know how really, really screwed up men could be. And men could be some really horrible people. And I do this, and then there's so much negativity towards our women. It's time for us to start fighting back, fighting against that negativity, like we used to do back in the old school days. These guys couldn't exist back in my day. There's no way, no shape, no how. Not even close. There would be no Kevin Samuels walking around, no Tommy Sotomayor, no Manosphere, none of that. The men were just too strong back then. And a lot of stuff that I talk about come out of that time, where the men were gentlemen. We were groomed to be husbands. We were groomed to be gentlemen. We were groomed to protect our women and children. And a lot of those teachings got lost. So I'm trying to bring them back. I'm trying to reestablish that with my gent culture. And at the same time, fight against pimp culture, which is what's destroying the mind of a lot of these young boys. Pimp culture and homosexuality are one and the same. Okay, and so it's something that I enjoy doing. The love is real, and I'm gonna keep doing it. And I'm gonna keep being a voice for our black women. I'm gonna keep fighting these dudes back. And I'm gonna keep trying to teach and change the minds of a lot of our young boys. And at the same time, show a lot of our sisters what to really look out for. Where are the red flags? Where are the pitfalls when they're dealing with some guys? One of the things I definitely want to bring back is courting, because courting is very, very important. You find out a lot, you learn a lot about the person. And then the young man starts to understand how to deal with a woman and how to treat her like a lady. See, a lot of these guys don't know how to treat women like women. And you've heard some of them. Some of them can't even tell the difference between men and women, which is a gay thing all in itself. But I do what I do because I care. And like I said, strong men care. Weak men don't care. And we just got entirely too many weak men around here. And so who is the job to get these boys together? It's always the job of the father. It's always the job of the male leaders in the community. If you fathers raise their sons to be honorable young men, because no fathers wanted their daughters with bad guys, or guys that didn't measure up. So they made sure that their boys was raised properly, so they could make a woman a good husband one day. Like I said, we were groomed to be husbands. So I'm trying to bring that back. I'm trying to teach these boys, these young boys, I'm trying to get that negative stuff out of their head and replace it with some honor, some integrity, some understanding of feminine nature, the understanding of how to be a husband, how to be a father, how to be a man, period. So that's what we're doing with Gen Culture. And, keep supporting each y'all. I appreciate it, ladies, for reviewing one of my podcasts. I'm humbled. I just want to say peace, power, unity, everybody.
All right. Thanks, Max. Black Knight. But I also neglect to say, hey, it also show women how you're supposed to be treated on a date and courting, and when you're being courted and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So some of us need that. Okay. So before we head out, there's something I wanted to share. Okay, we've been hearing all kind of stuff about single black women is this and single black women that, all of it negative. But I'm gonna show you. Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to show you. Okay, okay. There's a single black mother out there who took her $1,200 stimulus check and she created a $1.3 million business. Now that is something, and she's a single mother. She's a single mother. All right. Now here she is. She's very beautiful. She's young at 28. But most of the manosphere, because of her kids, she would be not a good woman to date. And she is one of the reasons, as far as I'm concerned, why Goldman Sachs wants to put a $1 billion in black women's business. See what she did with $1,200 stimulus. Her name is Ellie Dupa. Yeah. And other people may know her by her business. Ellie Talks Money. Yes. Yeah. And she got up to 10 months after she got started with her business. She generated over $1 million in revenues. And this is according to recorded views by Insider. Okay. Now she's an online coaching business. She helped millennials to set up businesses, build business credit, and obtain grants. So she's helping other people to start businesses. But her the group that she's focused on is single black mothers like herself, because she said there are others, but they're not marketed towards uh, single black mothers. And you know, after and this push came about when she lost her job. She couldn't get another. She was trying to find another one, and then COVID quarantine happened. So when she got her stimulus, she says, "Time to stop manifesting. It's time to do." And she started her business, and she used her um the stuff she learned in corporate to start her business. So hey, having an education, you know, is a big thing. So all those that say that black women with a degree, it don't mean nothing. She's using her education and her experience, and it came in handy for her business. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and she used all her experience with this. And then not only is she making money, she's making money helping other people create businesses. Mm-hmm. And other single mothers. So hey, there's going to be even more single mothers out there. Now, there was another young lady that were talking about how what women are doing with their stimulus. There's another young lady. She's younger. She's just out of college, and she was like one of the lucky few who could work at home or can continue to work. So when the stimulus came, instead of blowing it, using it willy nilly, she saved it up. She put it in the savings as a cushion, you know, in case she get to a point where she couldn't work or something happened and her job no longer exists. You know, it has happened. So she didn't do like the guy who won 30K, spent 20K on a necklace and then lost it when he went to the store, probably showing off, you know. So Yeah, yeah, yeah. She, as far as I'm concerned, she's actually their dream woman. She's young, except for the part that she has kids, but she's busy now, and she got a business that she got to take care of. She don't have time to deal with you. She got a kid to raise, and there's a bunch of people that she's helping to build a business. So unless you need help to build a business, or get grants for your business, don't talk to her. I'm sorry, y'all. Anything y'all wanted to say on this?
No, that's it. That was good.
All right. So yeah. So in other words, as I wanted to say, eat it, manosphere, red pillars, sissy beans. Y'all better learn something. All right. So everybody, thanks for coming. We're gonna wrap it up tonight. Sorry, didn't have time for the game. I don't know if we had any players in here. I'm sorry about that. But we'll go for the game again. Um, hopefully next ladies' night. But hey, if y'all have any topics that y'all want me to work on or try or talk about, okay, I'm going to put my email in the chat. Okay, I'll put my email in the chat, and y'all could uh send me what y'all want me to work on, or what y'all want me to talk about for ladies' night. Mm-hmm. All right. So peace, power, and unity. All right. And let's go out with a little music like we always do. Yeah, because ladies' night, we should be out and about. But since we can't be out and about, quarantine, a lot of places no longer there, let's dance. Let's leave out listening music, singing to music, dancing to music. Peace, power, unity, everyone. Y'all have a good night. Have some fun out there.